Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome for today's Japa inspiration. Last days, as I was chanting the holy name, I noticed how powerfully our mind can sometimes grasp topic or desires or anxieties and really don't let go. And when this is happening, it's actually very difficult to chant. The mind has a too strong grip on some material topics. So I was contemplating a little bit the topic of surrendering and giving it in the hands of the Lord and not be too much attached on those topics that are flooding our minds. So we will see today for the first part the entry door to surrender. And His Holiness Sachinandana Swami writes in the Living Name book that it is actually humility is the door to surrender. And we know that Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions 6 limbs of Sharanagati, of surrender, and the first one quoted usually is humility. His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Goswami was saying that it is not so much possible to practice bhakti, because bhakti is something that descends on us or that is given to us, but one can practice surrender. So we will try for this first part to take shelter and submit ourselves to the holy name and enter through the door of humility into the realm of giving ourselves to the holy name and giving ourselves to the Lord. So a very practical way to develop humility, and this we have practiced many times on our workshop, is by prayer, by understanding that we do not have actually the qualification, we do not have the strength, we do not have the ability really to focus our mind and to hear the holy name. But the only things we can do is actually to pray, the sincerity of our prayer to the holy name, so that we can actually give ourselves. And Satsvarup Maharaj writes in his diary book, quote, "By the last round, I really felt that I was praying. I also thought how the chanting, when you are praying, in bracket, not just counting off numerical beats and names, is literally transcendental, above and beyond all other consideration. Surrender at His lotus feet." So we won't wait the last round to feel like this. We'll try at the first round already to enter into this mood of prayer and asking for the blessing, asking for the blessings of the holy name, so that we are able to give ourselves, so that we are able to hear the holy name. So this is the door to surrender, the mood of humility. And we will pray before we start, but also during, as we chant, we can keep praying. Always bring the mind back with a prayer. My Lord, now please allow me to offer myself to you. Please allow me now to surrender to the holy name and hear the holy name. So we stay in the present, we hear carefully, and we pray as much as we can. So before we immediately start, just take half a minute or so to just make a deep feeling prayer for the ability to chant and surrender to the holy name today. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama. Hare Krishna. I was remembering when I used to travel with His Holiness Sachinandana Swami, we were once in America and I had quite some back pain. So I went to a devotee who was a physiotherapist or masseur or something like this. And he was trying to fix my back. And he was all the time telling, let go, don't be so cramped. Otherwise the massage will not work. Let go, relax, relax, let go, let go. And I notice also mentally, we are sometimes having cramps in our mind, or we are very attached and very rigid. And to enter into this mood of surrender is like a small uh, uh, switch in the mind of actually letting go and depending on the mercy of the Holy Name. So on the six limbs of Sharanagati or surrender, the second one coming is Atma Nivedanam, which is to give ourselves fully to the Lord, to dedicate our body, our mind, our soul for the service to the Lord. Uh, so in the section of Atma Nivedanam song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is offering everything to Krishna. He is offering his possessions, he is offering his house, his home, his family, everything is offering to the Lord. He is surrendering everything to the Lord. And that's what we will try to do for this second part of the inspiration, to give our full self to the Lord, not only our time, our voice, but our full attention. And again, Satsvarup Goswami, speaking his book Japa Reform, he said, in chanting, we must submit our time, the attention of our mind and our voice to the sound vibration. And then eventually more and more, submit our whole self to the holy name. So when we chant like this, we can actually offer everything, because everything belongs to the Lord. Even all the material energy belongs to the Lord. So all the thoughts that are actually coming in our mind, we can also just offer them to the Lord and just ask the Lord, please take them away. Now I want to be only with the holy name. So as we chant, we can see different thoughts coming, and as we notice, we just eliminate them one after another by giving them and surrendering all those thoughts to the Lord, so that ultimately everything is gone and we can just offer our full self to the holy name. So we still keep some determination to hear the holy name, to hear full mantras. And as the thoughts pass, we just let them go and offer them to the Lord. And I end this inspiration by quoting Bhaktivinoda Thakur in one of his songs. Whatever I am, whatever I possess, I offer at your lotus feet, O merciful Lord. I no longer belong to myself. Now I am exclusively yours. So we try to enter into that mood and offer all we have to the holy name and stay with the holy name. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So the last part of today's inspiration is still connected to the 6 limbs of surrender from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And this is the faith that Krishna will protect and maintain us. Actually, surrender is very, very much connected to faith, because unless we have some faith, then it's very difficult to surrender. So we surrender our mind, our heart to the holy name, with the faith that everything will be carefully be cared by the Lord, that the Lord will care of everything in our life. Therefore, we can actually fully surrender. Krishna will protect and will maintain us. We hear in the pastimes of the Lord, especially in Braj Lila, so many demons will come, and all the time Krishna will protect his devotees. And this is something that Krishna likes very much to do. He has this heroic, this virya mood that he likes very much to protect his devotees. So this is something he like very much to do. So therefore, there is no need to worry for anything. We can fully surrender to the Lord because we have the faith that he will protect us. We can surrender our mind, our hearts, with the faith that everything will be nicely cared by the Lord. Often, as we chant, we have thoughts of how we will do this, how we will do that, how should I respond to this or to that. But now we can fully trust the holy name, that he will give us the intelligence that is necessary to deal with our life after the Japa session. But now, during the Japa session, we can really let go of all those thoughts and have faith that Krishna will be there to back us up after the Japa session. And I like to quote again, I often quote these beautiful sentences. This is from a great saint that used to live in Govindakund, Manohar Das Babaji Maharaj. So he used to say that bhajan, or chanting of the holy name, is not possible without complete surrender at the feet of the Lord and total dependence upon him. And then he explained, he said, it is only in the state of utter dependence on him that one enjoys the calmness of the mind, which is necessary for bhajan, which is necessary for chanting of the holy name. A mind which is disturbed by various kinds of anxieties is not fit for bhajan. So only at this stage where we can fully depend on the Lord, then the mind can become calm and we can actually go deep into the chanting of the holy name. But as long as we do not have this faith that Krishna is there and will take care, and we try to fix and solve and plan and think of our life, then it will be very difficult to chant the holy name. So with this understanding, now we can give our full self. We always can keep praying as we chant, and if it's difficult or if we have, if it doesn't go so easily, we always can pray, please allow me to surrender, please allow me to now give everything in your hands. And we could pray, my dear holy name, I am completely yours, I am your property, totally yours. I belong to no one else. I want to be only yours. And try to surrender as much as possible with the faith that Krishna will take care of everything in our life. Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Ram, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Ram, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining us today. Today we were exploring the topic of surrender, surrendering to the holy name, with the first part that was surrendering with a mood of humility, which is the entry to the through the entry door to surrender. And this is very much practiced by praying. And when our prayer is sincere, when we sincerely pray, it's immediately making a difference into the quality of our chanting. And the second point was to offer everything to the Lord, everything, our thoughts, and let them go like layer after layer after layer. Sometimes thoughts, they might come 3-4 times, but again and again, we let them go and offer it to the Lord and ask the Lord to remove all those thoughts. And the last point was to surrender fully to the holy name and to understand He is the one who can really take care. I don't need to plan, I don't need to think, I don't need to be worried of anything. The Lord will take care. I just need to give myself to the holy name and depend on the holy name, and then everything will be all right. There are two other limbs of Sharanagati, which are to accept what is favorable and reject what is not favorable. This is to be done outside of Japa time. And we have to check a little bit in our life what is supporting our practice of Japa and what might not be supporting. And according to that, we need to again and again make some adjustments in our life so that it will be fully supportive to our Japa practice. So thank you, and Venuya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. I asked myself already longer time, I very like this Sharanagati booklet, and how is your personal experience? How can I come from step number 3, also this acceptance, the Lord as a soul maintainer, to the step 4, to be fully convinced that He is always protecting, will always protect me, because this is a difference. So acceptance, okay, but to really be in practical life, always convinced. How is your personal experience? How to make this step from this part 3 to part 4?
Well, this realization comes very much according to our purity and our journey in Krishna consciousness. As more as we become pure, as more as we experience also the Lord's protection, and we are aware of how often the Lord was actually protecting us in our life and maintaining us in so many ways, then it becomes more and more realized. But to be all the time aware of that, all the time conscious, and that all our decisions and all our actions are based on that faith. This is level of bhava or level of prema. This is like very very high level that we are moving towards. We are aiming for arriving to those levels of Krishna consciousness. So we really hope we will make it this lifetime to those stages and feel like this. I remember once my spiritual master told me, he was just coming to Golokadam for a festival, and we were just entering the room, and he sat down, and then he told me, Gaurahari, can you imagine how life will be if you would be just fully surrendered to the Lord? And it's amazing to think like this, and to think it's possible, and to think, yes, that's what I want, to come to this level where I'm actually fully surrendered. And when I realize Krishna's presence in my life all the time, and I have this very, very powerful and strong confidence that He's there and He will take care of everything. So there, I don't think we have a ABC, do like this, do like that, do like that, to come to this level of realizing that it's really depending on mercy of the Vaishnavas, mercy of the Lord, and our purity as we move slowly toward this deep realization. And sometimes we are not so much conscious, but it can be actually already very, very much present in our heart. But we are just not so much conscious, because the process works also in a very deep ways that we are not always realizing it or aware of.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Janti?
I mean, I also just Hare Krishna, dear Venuya. I had just also thought in one side also definitely like as we practice today, as we practice in our chanting to surrender to the holy name, and then we can really start to notice how the Lord becomes really present in our life. We can see the reciprocation. So slowly, then it grows more and more. And on the other side, I was also thinking that we can also start to practice to see him because he's already very much present in our lives, but we don't have the eyes of faith. We just don't look for him. So to practice also in our daily life already to see where is my Lord. I go out for shopping. There is a person that is kind to me. Okay, this is my Lord. Just to learn to see him in all that is happening, to recognize him. That also, I think, it's a practice that we can do daily to become more conscious. I think Swami Sachinandra Maharaj was also speaking about that, to the art of living in the presence of the Lord. So as we learn to do, we have this practice that we can do it daily, then it becomes stronger and stronger, the conviction in our heart. It grows. As I said, this is the level of advanced level, but we can practice and then it will happen. So that's some thoughts.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I thank you very much for joining us. It seems that next Monday we will be on traveling during this time, but we are happy to move it on next Tuesday. So next week, instead of Monday, we will do it on Tuesday. So I will still send a little reminder on Monday or like this, but next week we will meet on Tuesday. So I wish you a wonderful surrender. Raise arm and we just give up ourselves to the holy name with the full faith that he will take full care and full shelter of us. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Prabhu ki jai.
Krishna Karuna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, thank you so much.